right, we're back for chapter number 9 in Proverbs. I am reading the ESV Bible. As always, I encourage you to follow along while I am reading. I encourage you to follow along while I'm reading in case I go off the Bible. And if you're not reading yourself, you might think I'm reading from the Bible when really I'm just chatting about what I want to chat about. Okay, we're on chapter 9, which is kind of short. Here we go. The way of wisdom. If you haven't noticed, Proverbs is all about wisdom. And who wrote it? Solomon, right? Yes. Solomon, the wisest man in the Bible, besides Jesus. Chapter 9. Wisdom has built her house. She has hewn her 7 pillars. She has slaughtered her beasts. I said that a million times. Oh my gosh. She has slaughtered her beasts. She has mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent her young women to call from the highest places in the town. Whoever is simple, let him turn here. So wisdom, it's like a person here, is basically having a little party, a banquet. Verse 4, whoever is simple, let him turn in here. To him who lacks sense, does not have wisdom, or may be stupid. To him who lacks sense, she says, come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways and live, and walk in the way of insight. We need to RSVP to wisdom's invitation. She is making a banquet for us, asking us to leave our stupid ways, our lack of sense ways, and come and walk in the way of insight. Verse 7, whoever corrects a scoffer gets himself abuse, and he who reproves a wicked man incurs injury. So the wicked hate to be corrected, the unwise hate to be corrected, and then it goes on to say that a wise person will take correction. We'll get to that. But basically, be very careful when you're trying to preach the gospel to someone. If they're not wise, chances are they're not going to take your advice, and they might be really mean. I'm sure that's happened to somebody somewhere who's listening to this. Okay, verse 8, do not reprove a scoffer, or he will hate you. Reprove a wise man, and he will love you. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser. Teach a righteous man, and he will increase in learning. So if you are a Christian, if you are a righteous person, then you need to be open to correction, because you are not always right. Becca, you are not always right. My husband likes that. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is insight. For by me, so basically you can't have wisdom unless you know the Lord. It's just plain and simple. I'm sorry if that hurts somebody's feelings who doesn't know the Lord and thinks they're wise just because they're old or they've been through a lot. You are not wise unless you know the Lord. Knowledge of the Holy One is wisdom, is insight. Verse 11, for by me your days will be multiplied, and years will be added to your life. I want that. If you are wise for yourself. If you scoff, you alone will bear it. The way of folly. Verse 13, the woman folly is loud. So this is the opposite of what we were just talking about. Wisdom has a party going on. Well, so does the way of folly. The woman folly is loud. She is seductive and knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house. She takes a seat on the highest places of the town, calling to those who pass by, who are going straight on their way. And then they turn to folly, and then their path is not straight any longer. Verse 16, whoever is simple, let him turn here. And to him who lacks sense, she says, stolen water is sweet. And the bread eaten in secret is pleasant. We don't believe that. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of Sheol. And that's the end of chapter 9. But basically, you go to her party and you won't be coming home. You will be dead. Dead spiritually. And maybe for real dead. I also wrote a note on the other page. The devil has a banquet going on too. So just as wisdom has a banquet and they're calling on you, so does the devil. And the devil is a distraction. He just wants to distract you, get you away from the wisdom call and get you on his call. I also had one more note. This is not my note. It came from the study Bible that I do a lot of my studying on. It says, wisdom is the ability to understand the divine perspective and apply it to life. So having wisdom is not just having knowledge, it's applying your knowledge to life. God is the only source of wisdom. I said that. You must get to know him and his word. Apply it and take it seriously. Like I said, if you don't know God, you're not wise. Like, sorry. It just is what it is. You're lost. You're lost until you find the Lord. Anyway, that was great. That was a great reading. Thank you for being here with me for chapter 9. I think that was 9. You guys know. Thank you for being here with me, and I will see you guys next time. That was a really short one. I appreciate you guys all watching, and if I encourage you to share and like and subscribe if you haven't, all those things that all those other real YouTubers tell you to do, it is really helpful. So thank you and have a great day.